man. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, CDL Cigar and Golf. We are here at the beautiful Foreign Exchange Lounge in downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. And I got the owner with me today. Look, entrepreneur, barber extraordinaire, man of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and just the best dancer I think Vegas has probably ever seen. We got to do some research on that, but I'm willing to put that up for a bet that Robert Twixx Taylor is the best dancer that Vegas has ever seen. What's good with you, Mom?
What's good, Mom?
Yes, sir. Look, long time coming.
Hey, long time. Proud to be here. Proud to be here.
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you falling through, man, and blessing Links and Legends podcast, man.
Thank y'all.
So let's get into it, man.
Let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it.
Let's jump into it.
Let's jump into it, man. Born and raised right here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes.
Growing up in Northtown, 89030 baby, such as myself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us what life was like for you growing up in Las Vegas, in particular, North Las Vegas, Nevada.
So, what's today's day?
Today is the 27th of March.
So shout out to States Day, okay?
States Day.
Regal Estates neighborhood, where I'm born
Shout
and raised.
it out,
right?
man. Yes,
so,
indeed.
my family's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. My mother and father met at Links University.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Fell in love, got married, had my brother.
Yeah.
Had my sister.
Yeah.
Then right after they had my sister, shortly moved to Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and they had me.
Yes, indeed.
Right?
Yes,
Lived
indeed.
in an amazing neighborhood called the Regal Estates. Some
Regal
call it
Estates,
the Regal
man.
Estates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's the Regal Estates.
Yes. The
And
States.
The States,
The
right?
States.
Regal Estates. And
Yeah, man.
I lived on 409 Rossmore. It was
Sir.
a predominantly black neighborhood, right? I would say like 99% black neighborhood.
Absolutely.
And at the time period, it was awesome because it was a lot of family-oriented type of community in that neighborhood. Yeah. You know, it was known as, you could say, the middle class and up, you know, for black people in Las Vegas,
100%.
in North Las Vegas,
100%.
right?
100%.
So I lived there for 10 years. That's where I learned how to rap, dance, break dance,
Yes, sir.
watch my brother do all these things, and watch my sister do all these things. And like my father was big in the community for teaching kids, you know, the proper way to speak proper English and learn vocabulary words.
Yes, sir.
My mother is always amazing, you know.
Yes.
It's a great neighborhood in general, you know, to grow up in. You know, it's one of those neighborhoods to where when one kid does it, all the kids do it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I learned two things. I learned one, camaraderie going in the neighborhood, and I also learned how to, you know, be myself also.
Absolutely.
Because I learned like, okay, we don't have to do everything all together. I'll do these things differently. Everybody was playing football, and I started breakdancing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But in general, though, it was a great neighborhood, and I still am close friends with a lot of people from the neighborhood today.
Yes, indeed. Man, yes, indeed. Now, most people won't know this about you unless they truly know you, such as myself. But you threw your first party in elementary school, brother.
Yes.
As an elementary schooler, bro.
4th grade year at CC Cox.
Yes, indeed.
That's what started my, you say, nightlife entertainment. I did.
Nightlife in the 4th grade is crazy. It's insane.
And you know what? I say this too. That's the power of having a good teacher. You know, I just know you have Ruben Da Silva on here, Assemblyman Ruben Da Silva.
Yes, indeed.
And my teacher actually came to me and said, "Hey, Robert, the dance is coming up, and we want you to DJ the dance." And I was like, "I'm not a DJ." She's like, "But you're a rapper." Right? And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not a DJ." She's like, "You can DJ if you're a rapper."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay." I asked my dad. I didn't have a record player, so he told me, you know, get 2 tape decks, put all your tapes in order, press play on this song.
Wow.
When that song's ending, you press play on the next one, and you swap it, and you keep doing it, and put the microphone in the middle.
Unbelievable.
The very first song was JJ Fast, Supersonic.
Shot, man, look.
Oh man, the whole school's dancing.
Everybody.
The whole school's dancing. Mia Steele, you know, Renee Young, Fast, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's what made me the school's DJ. So I DJ'd my 4th grade and 5th grade year.
Yes, sir.
My 6th grade year at JD Smith, I went to the principal, knocked on the door and everything, whatnot, and I asked the principal, I'm like, "Hey, can I DJ the dance coming up, the first dance?" And he laughed at me. You know, he's like, "You're a kid. What you mean?" He said, "We have a professional DJ." I said, "I'm a professional DJ because I got paid to do it. I got paid $20 every time I DJ to CC Cox."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "I'm a professional DJ."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh no, you're a kid. We got somebody." So I went home. I was discouraged. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I can't DJ. All my friends think I'm going to DJ. I didn't tell them I was, but the last 2 years they've been rocking with me, thinking I was going to DJ J.D. Smith. So she's like, you know what? You can throw parties in this back room, long as no kids are, humping and grinding, and no profanity, you could do it. Wow. That started. So I threw parties from 6th grade to my senior year in high school at that same house on Blue Lake. So that's when I moved out of the States into Blue Lake. We call it Mob Town over there.
Yes, sir, man. Look, CDL Cigar and Golf, man. I'm your guy, Donnell Thomas. This is the Links and Legends podcast, man. And I have the great Mr. Robert Twixx Taylor in the building with me, man. So you start your nightlife career in elementary school, but then you get on into high school and you attend Votech High.
Cheyenne first.
Yeah,
as a Cheyenne.
Cheyenne first. Gotta show love.
Shout out.
Gotta throw that in there.
Town.
Cheyenne alum right
here. Part
here.
of the very first. Actually, part of Cheyenne's first dance group, Rain Clouds.
Indeed,
that was Cheyenne High School's first dance group was Rain Clouds. I was in the Rain Cloud, you know what I mean?
Question.
But continue.
No doubt about it, man. So go from Cheyenne to Votech, where you really, really make your name at Votech. And you join this youth organization called the Sigma Beta Club.
Yes, sir.
Let the people know what your experience was like coming up through the high school ranks and joining the Las Vegas Sigma Beta Club.
So very important. The Sigma Beta Club changed my life.
Yes, sir.
And many of our lives out here. The Sigma Beta Club is a youth group that's under Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, right? And a lot of people might not know this, but at the time, the neighborhood I lived in, a lot of us were, trying to gang bang and be like our big brothers and big cousins and whatnot. And things were getting sticky. Like, it was getting real, right? And it wasn't that we was afraid of getting real, but the main thing was we knew a lot of us, it wasn't for us. Yeah. We wanted to do something different because we knew it was nothing but death or prison in that, right? So when we got the idea to join, we didn't know which group at first. Sure. So we started monitoring the different high school organizations. Shout out to the Kappa League, to Mega Gents, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And we just realized, like, for us, when I say us, I mean me, JB's, Dale, a lot of us, we like, you know what? The Sigma Beta Club has cats more like us.
Yes, sir.
A lot of them came, straight from different neighborhoods from the hood, and then turned to the good, right? So
that's right.
With that being said, I joined my 9th grade year. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, look this up. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm the first freshman Sigma Beta. Because at that time period, you had to be a sophomore. Like in college, they want you to be a sophomore in college to pledge, right? Yes. Well, I can't say pledge anymore, to participate
to be a part of.
To be a part of,
That's
right.
That's right.
High school was the same way. So I'm not mistaken.
You might be, bro.
I don't know any other JBs.
You might be.
And when we joined the Sigma Beta Club.
This is raw, too. It's raw.
Right? I was the only freshman, wasn't I? Because there wasn't freshmen allowed at the time.
There it is. Confirmation. Done deal.
So
first freshman Sigma Beta.
So first freshman Sigma Beta, right? After that rule was made, whatnot. Yeah. And then I became the step master. I became the step master when I was a freshman. Yeah. Right? And shout out to Larry Wells, Loopy.
Shout out Loopy.
That's my guy, the JBs, Fats, all them. Loopy was one of the most known guys at Cheyenne High School, right? And I would make the steps up, but I would be in the back. And Loopy was like, man, why are you in the back when you're making these steps up? Right? And I'm like, well, I'm a freshman and I've been performing my whole life, but I still was kind of
modest.
Yeah, and trying to be modest. Absolutely. And I still kind of shy to that.
Reference to the upper
you know
class.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, man, you get in the front.
Yeah.
He said, ain't no way you making these steps up and you in the back. So the
Shout
next
out Luke, man.
shout out to Luke. So the next step show was a big step show. I think it was at Bees, one more time.
Artemis Ham Hall, man.
When we did Stepping for
That's
My
Las
Life.
Vegas Library.
So we live right now.
Yeah,
right?
come on, baby.
I came out and I finally came from the back. The step was made for me to come from the back.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I came from the back and I started stepping, and then like life changed, literally.
Yeah.
Because stepping was like the biggest thing in high school. It was bigger than a lot of the sports at the time.
Yes, sir.
The step show was bigger than the bone game.
No
It was
doubt.
bigger than any basketball game.
No doubt.
You know, so if you stepped and you were known, you got known citywide. Immediately. And you gotta think, I've been doing parties since a kid already at my house. Right. I was doing in North Las Vegas with cutting hair already. I've been cutting hair since 6th grade.
Yes, indeed.
So now the stepping just plateaued it on a whole other level, you know, of being known in the city. Absolutely. You know, in my humble way of saying.
100%. Now, sticking with the theme of being a master barber, what influenced you to go and pursue your career in the barber space? What was your influence to do that?
Honestly, I thought I was going to be a platinum rapper because I've been rapping since a kid.
Yes, sir.
Right? I got signed to an independent label, Mighty Plump Records, in 8th grade, and I was writing for adults. Wow. In 8th grade. So I was officially signed to the record label in 8th grade.
Ghostwriting as a 13-year-old is nuts.
For adults, right? Shout out to Neo, the singer Neo. That's my guy.
Shout out
Neo's
Neo, man.
auntie, Miss Fanny, used to manage me and Neo when we were kids.
Yes.
Shout out to K-Fabs, Kids for a Better Society.
Yes.
They would take kids from different neighborhoods who was like on the wrong track who had talent and they'll hone their skills and get them out of gangbang.
Yes, sir.
So K-Fabs and the Super Beta Club helped me to be in the positive way, doing positive things. You know, but so back to that, I thought I was going to be, you know, like I said, a platinum rapper. And then I left Cheyenne my 10th grade year.
Shout out to the dictators too, man.
Hey, shout out to DBs.
Come on, man.
Man, Pablo, Gat Daddy.
Come on, man.
JBs,
It
right?
is what it is.
Right? BDK, we'll get to that.
Yes, it did. Yes,
So
it
when I went to Votech, you know, I'm having a great time at Votech and I'm learning a lot of Votech, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, after I graduate, I'm about to be rich.
Yeah.
And what happened was that didn't happen, right? I'm recording records, but nothing popped off, right? And then I was working at Coda, Meadows Mall.
I remember that,
And
sir.
after I graduated, you know, I went from being a stock boy to being a manager, quick, literally, right? That's where I got my customer service at, doing the retail.
Yes, sir.
And my father, shout out to my dad, rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
My
man.
father was like, I came home one day and he said, son, you got 1 week to decide. I said, decide what? He said, you're either going to Langston University or Barber College, but you're not staying around here. You're not going to stay in Las Vegas and work a job. We put too much into you. You got, you know, too much skills and talent. You're going to go somewhere.
Do something.
So I said, barber school, Pops, right? So I called my boy Shorty up.
Shout out
His
Shorty
mom
Dubois,
already
man.
owned a salon, but Shorty didn't cut hair, but Shorty was thinking about going to barber school also.
Right.
I told Shorty, I'm going to Arizona. Shorty said he's going to Long Beach. I go to Arizona. My dad drove me out there, paid the $500 deposit. Shorty called me from Long Beach right after my dad paid.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I got an apartment for us. I said, an apartment? He's like, yeah. I was going to stay with my uncle in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
I said, Dad, Shorty got an apartment. He's like, got an apartment? He's like, yeah. And he was like, I gave him the money already. He said, son, are you sure about this? I said, yes. And rest in peace, my dad cheap. Like, I'm cheap, my dad cheap.
Yeah.
We cheap. So him giving $500 and losing it is
It's
major.
crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
He's like, boy, you better complete this
Yeah.
if you lose this money.
Yeah.
So we went right from there to Long Beach.
Wow.
It's all history, man. That's when I got, you know, went to Barber College. That's the whole experience in California. Shout out to LA, Watts, Cerritos, Downey, Compton,
Yes, sir.
Inglewood. I was all
Yes, sir.
there. You know, I learned a lot.
Yes, you did.
I learned
Yes,
a
you
lot.
did.
That's like a school in itself.
Oh, no
You know,
question.
Southern California.
Southern California is a whole institution.
It was a school.
Oh, no
And
doubt.
I came
No
back
doubt.
with a different mindset. I came back, I feel like, more as an adult.
Yeah.
You know, being out there for almost a year.
Yes.
Right? So that's what happened. Me not, you know, popping in my rap career at that time.
Yeah.
And my father, like, no, you got to get on it right now. Great decision, though.
Oh, no question about it, man. Because, and we're gonna get into your entrepreneur, endeavors, man. But it's made you, in my eyes. I can't speak for nobody else, but I don't look at Twixx, the popular public figure. I've never looked at you that way. Everybody else that don't know you can look at you that way. People that know of you can look at you that way. But I've always looked at you as Twixx the man. Twixx that's helping people. Twixx that's in the community. Twixx that's doing things for people, because a lot of people won't even put that jacket on you because they see you do the other stuff. Right. So that's what they equate Twixx with.
Right. The showtime.
Yeah.
They don't
I know Robert Taylor.
And I appreciate that.
Come on, man.
Come on,
Jay. Come on, man.
We gotta understand. My father told me, you can't be the man until you a man.
Come on. Talk to me. and your dad and my dad, man, were really, really good friends, man.
Really good friends.
Oh, man. Gosh. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Another story.
Unbelievable stuff, man. So, sticking with the music thing, man. Explain to us and to the people how 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, ruined your rap career, man. We got to hear this, man. This is viral television right now. Tag Curtis Jackson in this clip right now.
Oh man, this might be the first time I ever spoke about this on okay.
Come on.
So, as I mentioned, I've been rapping, right? I was signed to an independent label. Shout out to Freddie Empire, you know what I mean? The original Empire, for the TV show, the original Empire.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So after I got out of barber college and I came back to Las Vegas, I had the opportunity to be on a soundtrack called Black Gangster, right? Black Gangster was a book written by Donald Goings. So a lot of people who were in prison, their goal was to make a movie out of his books, because a lot of people who were locked up, that his book was #1 seller in the prison system. You know what I'm saying? So a gentleman named Charles Williams, they call Slim or Chaz Williams, right? Rest in peace. Was a king, you could say, in New York. You know what I'm saying? A real king. And it's not just me saying that. You can look him up. He was on BET's, I think, what's called Black Gangster series. He was on, what's that show? Vlad TV, before he passed away. Jay-Z, all them were his little homies, right? So he was making the book into a movie. And me and my sister had a song that was placed, and not just placed on the soundtrack. We signed the contract to where our song would be played twice during the movie. Wow. Right? So 50 Cent was his artist. So if you look up the history of 50 Cent, right? And I don't know 50 Cent, so this is not like that. But I did meet him through this situation. I met 50 Cent before he got big.
Right. When he's still underground.
Right. Yeah. So 50 Cent was his artist. So my sister told me about 50 Cent first. She's like, yo, he has an artist named 50, man. He's good. I'm like, for real? So I heard his music then, right? So what happened was, something happened with him. 50 Cent tried to leave him, right? And when he left abruptly or whatever, pretty much just left the label, right?
Yeah.
So 50 Cent, being a smart man, he knew by putting Slim's name in a song that it would stop Slim from trying to endanger his life. So on the song Mini Man, he says, Slim switch sides on me, send casserade on me. Damn, why you want me to die, homie? That line right there made the feds stop the entire project.
Wow.
So the album came out and it went gold or something like that, which I should supposed to have a plaque something on it, right?
Yes.
But it went gold, but they stopped the movie due to that statement because it put the feds back on Slim. So, I don't condone the word snitch. I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? But I do know by him doing that, it did stop the production of the movie. So I don't want to say he ruined my career, but I'll say this though. If he didn't do that, I don't know what would have happened, but to me, it's all God's plan. Though.
Yes, sir.
Everything is God's plan. The way my life works out, whatever happens is like a stock market. Anything that goes down with me is still bullish. It's going up. So yeah. So thank you, BZ. I wouldn't be here right now. I could have been a one-hit wonder. You know what I'm saying?
That is exclusive content that you just received from Robert Twixx Taylor right here.
Look up that soundtrack.
Podcast.
Black Gangster soundtrack. Yes. As a matter of fact, 50 Cent's name was on the back of the CD, like mine. Because it says featuring DMX, Ja Rule, DMX, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Donnell Jones. It was like 17 different artists on there. Wow. Freddie Fox and some more people. Wow. Right? Mac Dre, Mac Ball was all on there.
Yes.
Right?
Wow.
And when you hear the song, though, listen. The group is called Matix, M-A-T-X. M-A is for Mahogany, which is my sister. T-X is for Twixx. Wow. So Matix was the group that was on there, and our song is the theme. We had the only theme for the album. Yes, babe?
Unbelievable. Let's talk about Twixx, the business owner. All right? So you've opened up multiple barbershops, salons, even a nightclub here in the city. Tell the people, what was your motivation for becoming an entrepreneur?
The motivation was actually as a kid, cutting hair in 6th grade, throwing parties at the house. These were all like business transactions I learned as a kid. You know, my father told me I was an entrepreneur. He made me pay for my own lunch in 8th grade.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
And
gotta learn, man.
You have to learn. And me having that feeling paying for my own lunch made me feel that way. Like the rest of my life, I want to be able to pay for my own stuff. You know, from my mind and my thought process and my skills. You know, and I feel like once I got my first shop open when I was 23, and it was going good. I said, okay, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Why stop? You know, a lot of times people get one business and then, you know, they drain all the money out of that business. And I learned, like, okay, keep reinvesting in yourself. Keep reinvesting in filling in voids. 100%. Putting something for the city that needs, you know? 100%.
100%. So, let's switch gears just a touch.
Okay.
And talk about your initiation into the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, in the spring of 2001,
yes, sir,
you are initiated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Into the Phi Beta Sigma fraternity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us what it's been like for you over the past 25 years.
Wow, going by fast. I'm an OG now.
Yes,
right?
You are.
Right, I'm on.
You are.
Right.
I'm right behind you, so we are.
So
what? Tell the people what it's been like being a member of the Wondrous Band.
Man, so shout out to Phi Beta at the time. That's what I did.
Yes, indeed.
Come
on.
You know, after barber college, I knew there's more for me.
Yeah.
So I went to school for studio engineering, right, and business. I took business courses in college, right. I took business 101, business management, and entrepreneurship. And that's where I learned the right terminology. You know, honestly, I didn't go into it so I can get a degree in business or, you know, so I could be an instructor about it. I got into it because I was already in business. But I wanted to know the right terminologies when I got around certain people. I didn't sound ignorant. You know, I had the right vocabulary and I had business strategy, right? And that I always tell people, like, if you can, man, go to school, community college, whatever. You know what I mean? On the CSN. You know what I'm saying? Also, you know what I mean? So you get your information that helps you out. Just don't go to school to go to school. You're wasting money and then you get debt for no reason. Go to school for a reason, right? And so I joined Phi Beta Fraternity Incorporated. I'll say it again. So I joined Phi Beta Fraternity. I'm hungry, so So I joined Phi Beta Fraternity Incorporated, and ever since then, man, it's been amazing. You know, the bond that fraternities and sororities have, especially D9, you know, black fraternities, sororities, you know, it's a real bond. And I can't speak for other cities, but I know for us it is, and for our fraternity nationwide it is. Hopefully it's for everyone. You know what I mean? But it's a great thing. It's a positive thing. And to me, to a point, anyone, all of them are positive. Because we all have the same goal of, you know, building up youth and, you know, having a positive change in our community. So, yes, yeah, amazing thing.
100%.
Sir.
100%. Leads and Legends podcast. I got the great Robert Twixx.
Ain't nobody.
Right here at his lounge.
Hello.
foreign exchange in downtown.
This is part one. We got a lot to talk about. This is part one.
Yes,
This
indeed.
is part one. This is the introduction.
Absolutely, man.
You know, I haven't done an
He's
interview.
coming back.
Right, I haven't done a visual interview since the campaign.
Come on.
So yeah, this is part
And
one.
look, ain't that funny? The segue right into the next question.
Look at the segue.
Man, look, come on.
Just slid right in
You
there.
didn't even know that.
Just like,
Come on, man. Twixx, the politician.
Hmm.
So you run for city council,
yes.
and later on, mayor of the city of North Las Vegas.
Mayor first.
Mayor first,
I'm
actually.
running for mayor.
So I got it back.
first.
Mayor first, then city council.
Mhm.
Tell us what that process was like
Man,
for you,
it was
and
like
the valuable lessons that you learned during both processes, actually. Absolutely.
so. Now I have 4 years of campaigning
Wow.
because I always campaigned a year before the actual campaign season.
Yes, sir.
So the mayor run, I was campaigning pretty much a year before the actual campaign season, and the councilman, both in North Las Vegas, right? So I feel like I have a dang near Harvard degree, you know, in political science.
Man. That's right.
Right?
That's right. That's
I
right.
learned a lot. I met a lot of great people. I don't believe there's a college course that could teach you unless you run.
Yeah.
You know, and when you're about the people, like people are like, oh, you're a politician. I said, no, I'm a people-tician.
That's right.
I'm running for the people.
Come on.
And every time people say, who are you running against? I said, I'm not running against anyone.
Right.
I'm running for you.
Running for you.
They might be running against me,
Right. Right.
but I'm running for you. That's the only reason I'm running.
100%.
Right? And
100%.
growing up in North Las Vegas, I just wanted to have representation who cared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I care about my city. I've been doing community service and activism, you know, more than half of my life. And philanthropy, entrepreneurship, teaching that to elementary, junior high school, and college. You know, without getting paid for it. I don't want a dime for that. I want to give information so people can go to a better place. So I said, you know, why not run, you know, the city council of North Las Vegas, and any council in most cities, you know, it's still a business. You got to understand the C-tax, and like business license like me, we pay our business license. That money goes to the city. And that money is used for the city for certain things, allocated for the people in that city. So I'm like, okay, I've been running businesses. I've hired so many people in my entire life. Okay, let me, you know, run for change, you know, and the mayor run, my very first run, I never ran for anything in politics. I didn't have any political experience.
Went straight to the top. Let's be the mayor.
I didn't take any college courses with political science.
Come on.
Any of that. Come on, right? I did it because, you know, I'm in the city.
Man,
I'm a product of this city. I'm a businessman. So out of the 8 candidates, I came in number 3 out of 800 votes to number 2 is the general.
Wow.
And in the council race for North Las Vegas, I actually won my primary.
Right.
And then I ended up losing by 8 votes at the very end. You know, so that was God's plan. But I didn't know this. Someone just told me that. They looked it up. Once again, I didn't know this. But I looked it up. I did my due diligence. I didn't tell me.
Yes, sir.
They said I had the most votes in North Las Vegas history for any council member when you add the primary and the general.
Wow.
Yep. So the primary and the general, it was the most votes in North Las Vegas history.
That's crazy.
You know. But, you know, shout out to Councilwoman Ruth Garcia.
Yes.
You know, she was the incumbent. You know, it's hard to beat an incumbent.
Right.
So me even winning in the primary was amazing.
Yes,
You know, so once again, I believe it's God's plan. And I know a lot of great people now that, you know, I'm able to assist with when they got a question when it comes to community. I'm more of a vessel now. I can connect them with them over here and still be at my lounge and have a good time.
100%, man.
So, yeah.
And it's wild, man, because, like, I've known you since I was 13 years old.
Sir.
And, of course, you being a little bit older than me, man, you know, you, my cousin Rashad, and, you know, all those guys that were betas before me.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at y'all dudes like, okay, this is the future of cool right here. This is what cool is right here. And just being around y'all, being able to pick y'all brains, knowing that you guys are maximum intelligent, knowing that you guys are making the right decisions. You got 3.5 GPAs, but you're still cool.
That's it.
Right? Because people look at, you know, those people with the good grades and
look at this business. Look at this business right here. Keep this rolling.
Look at that.
Foreign Exchange Lounge.
Look at that. I love it, man. I love it, man. Keep it rolling. Look, man.
Yes, we do.
CDL Cigar
Yes, sir.
and Golf right here, man. We got Donnell Thomas. This is the Links and Legends podcast.
At 2 a.m.
God.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Taylor's right here, man. Unbelievable stuff.
Back at it.
Yes, indeed, man. No question. But yeah, man. Just looking at you guys, as the cool man, and being able to look toward that.
Thank you.
Was huge for me as a young 8th grader.
And now look at you.
Come on.
Look at you. How people are looking at you. That's how it's supposed to happen.
That's exactly.
We're supposed to motivate each other.
No question about it, man. No question about it, man. But last question for you. Mm-hmm. Your new baby.
Yes.
Your new business baby right here.
Yes.
The Foreign Exchange Lounge in
Yes.
downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. Man.
Yes.
Tell us how the idea came about,
Mm-hmm.
and where do you see this business in particular?
Gotcha.
Because you're still chopping wigs.
Yep, still. I was cutting hair.
That's what you do.
My eyes are tired. I was cutting hair all day
That's
today.
what you do.
Still cutting hair.
Come on.
Still grinding.
Come
With
on.
the bar,
Still
still
grinding.
cutting hair at my barbershop.
Come on.
But
Where do you see this business, your new business baby, in the next 5 to 10 years?
thank you. So Foreign Exchange Lounge is the very first jazz/hookah lounge in Las Vegas, right? Usually jazz is like pretty much a crowd 55 and older. Usually hookah is 40 and under, unless, people in the culture of hookah, right? So we're a hybrid when it comes to having those two things here. And what's happening is we're converting, more mature jazz lovers to loving hookah. Because most of them smoke cigars, but they realize they love hookah, like the gentleman right there, right? And we're also converting younger people who are more used to like hip hop into jazz and neo soul and real cool, laid back, chill music. Our goal was to have an event space to where there's no dance floor. You can dance where you're at, but mainly we wanted a spot to be relaxing, comfortable, smell good. The
100%.
hookah's good. The drinks are magnificent.
100%.
We have the best staff ever. Shout out to Naya, JB's, Ron, Rocco. Me, my fiance.
Great staff.
Yes, great staff. Shout out to Jesse James. He was our general manager who got us open and made our menu. Designed our top selling drink, which is the Go Kudo.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So shout out to Jesse James and everyone who's worked here. So with that being said, we picture it being a nationwide and worldwide type of venue. That's why we named it this. You can go anywhere.
That's right.
Foreign Exchange Lounge.
We gotta keep that. That
Hello, Foreign Exchange Lounge.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Business done correct, man. BDK right here, man. Y'all gotta understand.
That's cool. There's no dress code because everybody's grown here.
It's a
So
beautiful
you're good.
thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. And we want the raw right now, this business,
No.
man. We highlight the
All you
sky
gotta
right
do
now.
is just text us the name and how many you're
CDL
coming. We'll have it set
Cigar
up for you.
and Links and Legends podcast right here.
Oh, this is
At
it.
the
This is it
Foreign
right here.
Exchange.
This is it. You're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that, man. Come on. Raw,
Awesome. See
authentic.
you soon.
That's how we want it.
And what's your name? Kenya. I'll wait for the text, Kenya. I'll see you later. I'm Robert Taylor. Okay. Come on down. All right, indeed.
Yes.
All right, bye-bye.
Yes. Yes.
They're from Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man, shout out Texas, man.
Shout out
All
Texas.
folks from East Texas,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
East Texas.
So we just wanted a
Yeah.
spot to where, we don't charge cover. That's what she's asking. We don't charge cover,
Yeah.
right? We're open Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesday, we have Love Jones Poetry by the amazing Fifth Element, DJ Slam, and
Shout out
OT.
DJ Slim.
We have some of the best spoken word talent, period, nationwide, and brand new people who want to just hit the stage. You can sign up,
That's
right?
That's right.
Then after that, DJ Slim takes away with cool melodies and sounds.
Yeah.
On Thursday, we have Inkfluencers.
Yes.
We're local authors. We have 5 local authors come and present their books.
Yes.
And the crowd is able to do a Q&A. And after that, they're able to sell their books on the spot. And we don't take a dime from the sales. We want them to prosper.
That's right.
Right? Then after that, it turns to Afro Beats with DJ Slim.
Yes.
Friday, like Friday night tonight, we have Ty Wiley on the piano.
Yes.
Amazing. And then guess who comes back? DJ Slim. We have a thing called back to back, to where one's playing the piano and Slim's DJing for 1 hour together. It's amazing. Wow. Saturday, we have Mo Sax. Most sax on the saxophone, stellar. He is Smith Center.
Fantastic.
Live. Fantastic. Played for your birthday.
Yes, he did.
Played for his birthday.
Yes, he did.
I believe he's one of the main reasons that got us busy first, because he would pack it out just to play the saxophone.
Yeah.
That's every Saturday. And Sunday, we ended off with Tony B, the violinist.
Yes.
Hey, man, he's
Super dope.
everything
Super
plus
dope.
a bag of chips.
Yes,
You did.
Yes, he did.
So once again, it's Foreign Exchange Lounge located on 200 Hoover Avenue, Suite 150. You can text us or call us at 702-355-8392. Just put your name, like they're doing right now, and the number of your party, and we'll have it set for you, like we just did for them in Texas. Okay? There's a spot for the grown and sexy, classy and sassy. Me and Brittany want to thank you and welcome y'all to Foreign Exchange Lounge.
Come on, man. I really shouldn't have to say anything else after that, but I will. Brother, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
For taking your time.
Thank you. And this is part one. This is just scratching the surface. We got to
yeah.
We have a deep dive.
Twixx will be back on
Yeah,
Leaks
we
and
back.
Legends. Please understand that.
This is a deep dive.
But, brother, I want to thank you for the inspiration you've been to the city of Las Vegas, Nevada. I don't think people always look into, our main political figures or our, main community guys that, that was their specific area, right? But the influence that you've had over the course of your life here in Las Vegas, Nevada, man, has really stretched boundaries, bro. It truly has stretched boundaries, man. And as from a neo to a pro fighter, thank you, big bro. I appreciate you, man.
Deference.
100. Come on, man. I gotta show it, man. Come on.
Thank
Y'all
you.
know what it is, man. Look, this is CDL Cigar and Golf, Links and Legends podcast. Shout out to Immaculate Pieces, man. My guy Truman Hopkins.
Clean.
Man. And shout out to Miss Alicia Taylor.
Yes, my
And
sister.
Smoking Bullet Cigars,
Come
man.
on
My
now.
brand sponsors, man.
One of our biggest
Appreciate
sponsors.
you guys.
And can I say this real
Yes.
quick? I gotta add this. Man, shout out to my kids.
Yes, man.
My kids are amazing. My daughter Elise Taylor is about to graduate
Oh,
Parsons
good.
Institute in
Unbelievable.
Manhattan.
Unbelievable.
Major contracts with modeling with Tommy Hilfiger and some more. My oldest son, Izzy, professional boxer,
Yes, indeed.
undefeated,
Yes, indeed.
and won Barber of the Year.
Yes, indeed.
My youngest son, Robbie's about to graduate Canyon Springs.
Unbelievable.
He is amazing,
Unbelievable.
professional skater, like roller skater.
Unbelievable.
And I'm proud of my kids. So I'm a father first, everything second. Man, God bless y'all. I appreciate you.
Yes, indeed. Come
Indeed.
on, man. Easy money, baby.
Go.
Easy money. CDL Cigar and Golf.
Let's
man.
go.
Links and Legends podcast right here, man. Cheers.